I'm Bambi.
And I'm Robbie.
And we're here to explain to you how you can make use of art materials that are inexpensive, or how you can reuse these materials to pretty much have like zero waste in your art studio or art class.
And these are the materials you can find almost anywhere. And these are not so expensive. They're actually cheap materials.
Yeah, they're actually materials that you normally use in school, materials that kids need to bring. So we just want to show you what you can do with them.
Okay.
So first is the
Japanese paper.
Yeah, Japanese paper. I think you're all familiar with Japanese paper.
Usually this Japanese paper that we normally use it for sarangolas. Okay, or for making this polvoron. Polvoron. Okay, but this time we're going to show you something else.
This is the Rice Symphony activity that we proposed. Okay, we will show you. So this is the Japanese paper that we use, or tissue. Some people call it tissue. We use for our art classes, we use Japanese paper in different ways. For this one over here, the part of the mountain, we have different colors. And what they can do is actually they can cut it. You can cut Japanese paper. Or something that's actually more fun is you can make the students strip the paper to tear. That's it. There, tearing. Okay, so we can tear the paper. Okay, so Robbie will demonstrate how to put it over here. I'll make you yellow.
Okay.
Also.
Okay, what you need now is a mixture of glue and water. Then all you have to do is just spread using a brush.
To the consistency of milk.
Yeah. Halos gatas na siya. Okay, medyo malabnaw pa nga siya. Okay, just spread the glue all over the paper. And then, all you have to do is just put this on top. Ayan lang yan. Didikit na yan kagad.
And then, sometimes you can show them how, when you mix the colors,
okay,
you can also teach them how to mix colors. If you put the yellow on top of the blue, you create different.
Kumbaga parang, for some people, minsan kasi parang limited yung paper nila, diba? Limited yung colors. You can tell them by using 2 colors or 3 colors, you can make more colors by putting papers
one on top
of the other.
Yeah. So they learn how to mix colors also. They create new ones as well. Yes, here. There. And this, and put the yellow on top. There. So the more layers that they put, the lighter it will get, or the darker it will get. So in the end, they create lots of shades. Okay, so when we put this together, you set it aside, wait for it to dry.
Okay.
Here, show it. So it's something there, show. Okay, so this one over here, that's what we did with this one. Sorry, I reached over.
Okay.
Okay, show that one.
Okay, this one.
Okay, so this part could be the mountain. So it's up to the kids. They can make stripes, or they can also do, sometimes what we can do is we cut it into, they can cut it into squares. They can also do circles with this to just give it a different pattern or a different design. They can also do circles. Now, normally in an art class, when you have leftover strips of paper, the students or the teachers throw it away. But what we do is we try to reuse them in a different way. We do paper balls like this. So after the class, keep all the material, set it aside. Maybe in the free time, the kids can do this. Here, Rob, you want to teach them how?
Okay, actually, again, we'll show the activity of that later. So what you can do is...
These are like the different materials we have. They're called paper balls. So these are all the extra, all the scraps from the tissue or Japanese paper. And then you can put it all in one container, and this can be used for another activity in a collage
Artwork.
artwork.
Okay, so all you have to do is, lahat ng mga alanganin na pieces na ganito, okay, put them all together, kakrumple lang yan, bibilugin, tapos kumuha uli ng, ng mas maliit na piraso. Okay, and then all you have to do is, using glue, white glue lang, all you have to do is just get a little glue, put it there, all over, tapos
It's a
wrap it.
final wrap.
Ta-da! And there you have it, your ball.
Okay, and then once they're all dry, you put them all together in a jar. So you start creating your own collage materials from the scraps that you have.
The ball, paper balls, we used it for this module, which is, we used it for the vegetables also. Mga kunyari pa yung green peas, or
Yeah, you can crumple. That's another technique you can do with
Japanese
the
paper.
Japanese paper is crumple like this.
Kasi it has a 3D effect also.
There's a 3D effect to
Not
look
just
like
that.
leaves. There.
Okay?
Okay.
Alright.
Okay. When you don't have Japanese paper, you can also use newspaper. Okay. The best thing to do with newspaper when you need color in your artwork is to cut out the pages that have color. So you just put that all together, say in one container. So all just the colored one. So let's see, this one, okay, and then
This one. Wait, this one's nice.
oh, that one's nice. So I found a nice one. Okay, this one's nice. Here, this one.
Okay, I think it's good.
Think it's good?
Yeah.
Okay. Another purple. Here. Okay. So this can also be substituted instead of the Japanese or
paper.
tissue paper. You can use colored section, colored areas from the newspaper. So it's the same thing. You dip in the
Water.
water glue and then spread, brush. Best is to always have brushes that are used only for glue. Not to mix the glue brush with the paintbrush because after a while it
Maninigas siya.
maninigas. Okay.
Kung ba, consider masisira na yung brush mo yan after.
And then
So-
just go on top again so it sticks. So it's the same. Okay. So this could be used also as the background for this could also be used for the mountain
Okay.
instead of Japanese paper.
Okay.
Okay.
For the ball, all you have to do is get a small piece of newspaper, crumple it, then get the
Here's
colored part. Get the colored part. Get a small piece. Then make sure the colored part's outside. And then where's my glue? Glue this part around. And then just wrap it. Okay, so there you have your little blue ball, the newspaper.
Next is
I'll put
when
this
you
way.
have, yes, when kunyari colored paper.
Here, colored paper bams.
Okay, here, kunyari colored paper or art paper. When the kids are asked to bring colored paper, art paper to cut out or do whatever. After they cut already, so say pretend that they have to cut something. Okay. Sometimes what we end up doing, so if they use this for their artwork, you have all this extra. So what do you do with this extra? All the extra set it aside and then you can cut them into smaller circles. You can just have one file of just all circles. Like this. This, all circles. And which is what we have over here.
Yeah, there, that one first.
Here. So these are all the circles we have. Oh, this is also painted paper. When you have paper that is already painted, all the scraps, you turn it into circles. And then the extra parts that
Akala yung itatapon na.
wala na, parang you can't get anything from there, we cut it into tiny little pieces like this. You can shred it really small. And once you have that, we have yet another collage material. Then we have like shredded colored paper over here. So we have this. So in the end, everything gets used from the full size, and then you cut them in circles. All the extra pieces you cut in circles. All the parts that are like this. So like these parts, you can also use to punch paper. This. There. And then you can put it all. Okay, so once you punch everything out, you can use this one also as part of the collage material. And everything that was punched out, you can also cut this way. And this one also has a nice strip of paper that can be used for other art activities also. So you can also keep another bunch of just all these strips.
Okay, so aside from using yung ordinary puncher natin, we can also use punchers that come in different shapes. Or like things like this, we have like a tulip. We have like little hands here.
Yeah, star.
Okay.
These can all be bought in Divisoria,
Ayan.
actually, the punchers. This one actually was cut by hand.
Yeah,
Pero mga matyaga.
Oh, like katulad na parang usually kapag may mga like natasong paper na parang nihinaya ko yung parang masyadong maliit
Yung
for
alanganin.
yung alanganin na size. Usually kinakat namin to into flowers
Or hearts.
or to diamonds or squares or circles, any kinds of shapes, kahit ano pwede. Endless naman yan art naman to
Yeah. So even this one,
Here.
kunyari triangles. There, triangles.
Triangles, all these.
Also.
So it's also best na after cutting everything, mas mabuti na yung mga old na jars tayo, mga mayonnaise bottles, kung pwede dun yun na lang i-store lahat, dun yun na lang itatago para hindi nakakalat. You can also use retasong tela, like this one, ito mura lang to, Gina Silk ang tawag namin dito. Usually itong Gina Silk, ginagamit ito pang lining ng damit. But if you want, kapag may ganitong retaso, what you can do is, cut it again into smaller strips, or smaller shapes like this, tapos tago nyo na lang.
Okay.
Or
like if this one is also felt paper, this one also after we cut the felt paper, these are all the extras. All these extras can be cut further again into tiny little strips. And then you can put this all again together in a jar, and this could be used again as another collage material.
wait, here's an idea. Usually, diba sa grade school, meron tayong ginagawang artwork na we always use yung crushed eggshells. Instead of using eggshells, we could use this one, yung mga retasong cut-out papers, at mga retasong tela. At least that one will last longer. At saka mas maganda yung kulay.
Sometimes if you require your students to bring yarn to school, when they don't finish everything, you can also cut them up and put them again in a container. And all this could be used for some other activity, another collage material again. So that can even be cut further also. Okay, another module we prepared is how to make paper mache people. Okay, this is very simple. It's just out of found objects at home. Okay, example.
To start.
So we put them here inside.
Okay.
Okay.
To start with,
Is you probably have different containers like this at home. So you can choose any of the containers. So we'll choose this small one.
wait, ito yung like bottles of yung oil, yung pamantika, vinegar, toyo.
Yeah.
Ito, makuha nyo sa mga nagbebenta ng Jolly Bote. Okay, wine bottles.
Yeah. Or pwede din soft drink bottles.
Soft drink bottles better.
Okay.
Actually, mas malaking bottles, the better.
The better. Easier for the children when it's big. So now we'll use this empty bottle. The first thing you do is you look for soil outside. So have the kids get some soil. It's just to make the bottle heavy so it doesn't tilt.
all you have to do, you can put it on paper like this. Tapos fold it lang. As possible dyan.
There. Okay.
Okay.
So there. So maybe you can, pwedeng half full or 1/3 full. That's enough. Basta steady lang siya.
The
Next.
first part,
The
yung
head.
ulo. Okay, the head. Okay, all you need is
All you need is all these paper. Okay. And then have them crumple. Give me one.
crumple this to a ball.
Tighter.
Let's get through this. Tighter.
Tighter. Okay, you crumple it into a ball. And then once you have the size, you just have to try to figure out the size. You get one last piece and then you wrap. And then the extra part, you turn it around.
This one's important.
Twist. Okay. Kasi ito yung ipapasok nito.
Para steady.
Para steady siya. Okay. Masking tape.
To secure lang, na hindi siya gagalaw.
Okay. And then, Jayo.
Okay. Next is the arms. Okay. Arms, madali lang. All you have to do is get newspaper na medyo mahaba. Tapos, i-roll yun lang to. Okay. And after that, tape nyo na lang dito. Okay, but it depends also. If you wanted that long, okay lang. If you want, you can make it half. You have shorter arms. Like this. In this case, let's make it short. Tape nyo lang. Oh, Bambi, kaya mo yan. Okay, one more here. Okay. And then, well, you can also tape this part. Then for the legs, okay, just get part of newspaper, medyo mahaba, ganun din. All you have to do is roll it. And then, tape it under. Okay. Okay na?
Other side.
Okay, other side.
Okay, so these are the legs. Sige, while you're rolling.
Okay, while you're finishing that.
So why do we make it this long? Kasi it can be, like, it can sit at the edge of a table, or sometimes you can just make it smaller. You want to make it smaller like this. And this could be already like the foot. This is already like the whole body. This could be the part of the leg, and then that's the foot na lang. But we're doing this one. Okay, and then that's the other side.
Tape it na.
Tape the other side. Okay. And then allow the kids to be creative in how they want to position the arms. Sometimes they can do it sideways. Let's make it. They can also do the arms going up. They can do the arms like
this.
On the waist.
Okay, you can make it like this, going up.
Pwede rin on the waist.
Or pwede rin naka-post ganyan. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes when you have a bottle na ganito, this is already an arm. Okay, parang nakaganon na siya.
Nakapamayawang.
Okay, nakapamayawang. Yeah, that's the arm already. Okay, so this is the guy. Okay, so once he's ready, now it's time to do the layering.
Okay.
So Robbie cooked some gao-gao.
Okay. Do I do this?
Yes.
Okay.
Ito yung consistency.
Ito yung tamang consistency. Parang siyang alam mo yung paste na nabibili? Yung parang rice paste. Parang ganyan lang yun.
Okay. Gooey enough. So how do we start?
All you have to do is first, yung extra na newspaper, kakat yun into strips na ganito. Okay, you can either dip it like this, then tanggalin yung extra, and then
Start layering.
Start layering. Ang goal natin dito is to cover everything in newspaper at saka lahat ng mga uneven areas ng mga may ganyan, mga kulubot-kulubot na ganyan. Yan, tatakpan nyo yan para mag-smoothen out. Para the latter part, it's easier to paint also.
Yes.
Kapag mas flat, mas okay. Mas madaling pinturahan.
So you will allow them to make several layers. of the newspaper. Siguro around maybe 3 layers. 3 layers would be good.
Okay. Then once it's done, okay, kunyari natakpan na natin lahat.
So like the legs also. The legs
Show
go,
the legs.
yeah, the legs go this way. It's just wrapped. It's just wrapped. And then you wrap here, you just go higher. And then they can shape it also, the leg, if they want it.
Naka-de-quatro.
Ganon. Okay, pwede rin ganon. Okay, and then all they have to do is just wrap that like this. Okay, wrap everything until it's
Until it's
secured,
finished.
until it's finished.
Okay. Tapos once it's wrapped,
Set aside to dry.
Okay, set aside to dry. Siguro it will take around overnight.
Overnight.
Okay?
Overnight.
Pero kung medyo matindi ang araw, mga 3 hours okay na yan.
Yeah.
3 to 5 hours.
If your layering is very thick, kung malaki siya, then maybe around 2 days sometimes it takes for it to dry. Depends how much gawgaw was used. And then once it's dry, so you're gonna have something that's covered in newspaper. So if you can paint directly on that one, but what will happen is sometimes makikita yung dyaryo. So what we do is we paint it first all in white. So it's easier, so they don't get distracted by all the things that are there. So the next thing we will do is teach you how to paint the paper mache. So now time to paint. You can just buy this paint in the hardware, any hardware store, and then we put it in different containers like this. The only colors you need are the primary colors: yellow, red, and blue. And then maybe if you can get white and black for just additional mixing. Okay, we want to make color orange. You always start with a lighter color, put yellow, and then put a little bit of red, and then mix well. That will make orange. Here I put yellow, and then I will reach over, get a little bit of blue, 1 dot of blue, and here we will make green. So from those colors, you already have this. Okay, we have red, and then put a little bit to make the violet.
Okay, pero kapag hindi masyado lumalabas ang violet, pwede mong lagyan ng konting white.
White.
To make the violet come out. And there you go.
Okay, and then you put some white here, Rob. Okay, and we put some white, and then a little bit of red, and then Rob will mix it.
So you can make
And
pink.
now we have pink. Okay, if you want to make brown, you get the green. Just remember Christmas, green and red. Green and red will give you brown. Okay, there's the brown.
Yeah, and if you want the brown to be darker, you can add a little black. Oops, sumobra.
Oops. And then here's the purple.
Okay.
And then where was your pink?
Here, I have my pink.
There. And then here was the orange. And then, so we had the red.
And the green.
We had the red. If you want to make it lighter, do not add yellow. You have to start again with the lightest color and then just mix a little bit. So it's like parang yellow-green siya.
Kasi ang mangyayari niyan, if you start adding more yellow here, ang mangyayari niyan, parang padami yung colors niyo, yung paint, at saka you won't get the right color that you want, tapos magiging aksayado pa yung
So remember,
paint
you always start with the light color and a little bit of dark. So after a class, after they start painting the paper mache, when you have extra paint, what you can do is get paper and then just use all the paint up. Everything. You can make stripes. Robbie can show them already. You can also do it in newspaper like this. Okay. Just paint everything on top. They can just do stripes or they can do any.
Okay. Until when you're done, you come out with something like this. Ito yung mga
Yes.
retaso namin painted paper.
Okay.
Please also use your scratch paper din, yung mga retasong paper. It doesn't have to be the whole cartolina or whatever.
You can use newspaper, and then this one can be used as collage. You can cut it, use it as a collage paper,
Okay.
and
cut
then
it up again,
you
then
can-
make it to something small like this.
yes, or the painted paper. So for the extra paper, after you paint it, when it dries up, they can do circles again like this. You cut. Okay, now we will teach you how to make color flesh, skin color. Okay, Rob.
Okay.
We will put white muna
Put it here now.
up here. Okay, white. And then a little bit of the orange that we made, and then we mix.
If you want it darker, add more orange.
Okay, so this would be already the flesh color. If you want it darker still, you can add a little bit of brown. Okay, you can start painting already. Block off na the...
Okay, now what you do is, first paint the head, everything, in flesh. Okay, we start off with a background color. Mamaya na yung details pag-drawing ng mukha. Okay, because if you draw the face na right now, you'll have a hard time kasi iiwasan nyo yung
Painting
paint.
it,
Yeah.
yes. So you always have to paint everything first. So paint the flesh, and then once it dries, that's when they can put the eyes.
Okay. Yun yung maganda dito kapag acrylic paint ang ginamit, because when acrylic paint dries up, you can paint over it. Unlike other kinds of paint, once you paint over it, parang nalulusaw yung paint.
After you paint the flesh parts of the body, that's when you start doing the clothes, the shirt, and then later on the pants. So with the scrap yarn, the last part is to do the details. You can get a bunch of scrap yarn, and then you roll it with another piece of yarn, and then we put the glue on top.
Ta-da! Magic glue.
Magic glue.
Magic glue, that's wanna come out.
And then after we put the glue on top, you put the hair. There. The hair can go any which way you want. You can also use strips of crepe paper, you can use strips of newspaper, you can use extra strips of Japanese paper, pretty much anything.
Or yung mga lumang ribbon ng ng Christmas gifts.
Yeah, Christmas
That
gift,
one.
Christmas gift ribbons, or
Anything. Actually, art naman to. It can go kumbaga, anything goes.
We have some pointers for developing values to the arts. Please remember, do build their confidence, compliment them often.
Okay, at wag niyong lalaitin mga artwork ng mga bata.
Please do encourage cooperation. It's nice to have the kids come up with an exhibit at the end, so everybody sees everybody's work and everybody gets to appreciate the other's work.
Okay, art competitions are not really encouraged in our part kasi that's where you encourage the kids to see na parang I'm better than the other. So it's not really a good thing.
They end up comparing. So what we would like to build here is cooperation and camaraderie. Also, encourage them to explore and express their creativity. Give them the opportunity to think out of the box.
Okay? And please, I know for teachers, sakit niyo to. Okay, do not force your style and your personal taste onto the artwork of the kid. Let the kid just do his own work para mas authentic yung work nila.
Yes. Please focus on teaching on how to handle the materials properly and creatively. That's the long-term contribution of experiencing the whole art workshop.
Okay, and the best part is always keep things fun because kids learn things when they're having fun.
Thank you.